My boy's my dilemma. Punk ass shit. Let's try it again. Anyway, let's go live. Yeah. Let's get me going. And so we are here. I had some little technical difficulties, but we are in the building, and I'm feeling like, y'all know my saying. Updates and announcements, current events, trending topics, all of that good shit. Before I get going and get my spill off and everything, let me take a drink. I was trying to figure out what is happening. You know what it is. You already know what it is. Thank y'all for tuning in. It's Cutthoat Radio Podcast, updates and announcements. Let me go to my jingle. I'm supposed to have everything ready. For some reason, I'm just always not ready. Never on time, always late on the Bay Bridge or the Golden Gate. Good. I say good morning to turn up for that. Hopefully, I said your name right over there. Cutthoat Radio Podcast, updates and announcements. Jingle. C-U-T-T-H-O-A-T. It's the Cutthoat Radio Podcast. C-U-T-T-H-O-A-T. Cutthoat Radio Podcast. C-U-T-T-H-O-A-T. It's the Cutthoat Radio Podcast. C-U-T-T-H-O-A-T. Cutthoat Radio Podcast. I do not own the rights to the music. I'm going to find something in here that we can listen to real fast, real quick. I won't fail. I'll be alone when I roll. Lone desperado. I'll be alone when I roll. Well, I don't own the rights to that music, but that's me. We're going to get into that a little later. Good morning. It is 11:28 on this good Saturday morning. College football and all of that good stuff going on. Golden State Warriors getting ready to play today. Yada, yada, yada. I am not a Golden State Warriors fan. I just want to throw that out there. I do have that on my list, though. I have like 9 bulletins, little points, updates, current events, announcements on the list. Good morning to everybody, all the supporters, all my fans, all my followers, all my family, loved ones, and social media out there, those that I don't know. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank y'all for tuning in. It's Cutthoat Radio Podcast, updates and announcements, current events, trending topics, yada, yada, yada. Let's do it. You know, I got to get my smoke on, you know what I mean? Updates, announcements, current events, trending topics. Let's go. All right. So we got, let me go through this. Links will be in the description after I post it and everything like that. What's up with you? I see you. This nigga called me a Max Shop. I see you. Juan, what's up with it? Oh, shit. They call me Max Shop over there on Instagram. What's up with you, boy? It's Draco Show? It's Draco Show. What's up with you? Draco? It's the Draco Show? What's up with you? I see you, Juan. Links will be in the description below. Facebook, Twitter, X, formerly known as Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. All the links will be in the description. Y'all will see all of that later on when I post it to the actual chat or to the actual platform. What's up with it? What's up with it, man? I see y'all. I see everybody popping up on IG. Thank y'all for tuning in. IG, YouTube. I thank y'all for tuning in over there. Facebook. I thank y'all for tuning in over there. It'll be on TikTok. It'll be on X, formerly known as Twitter, later on, and you know, as I get throughout the day. But real fast down the list. I got this from my cousin. Actually, he got it from Rap Alert Project Pat. We're gonna talk about Project Pat. The fact that he became a minister. I want to bring that to my platform and talk about that a little bit and give him his flowers there. Number 2, the strike, Longshoremen, the ports are on strike right now. The East Coast ports and the Gulf of Mexico ports are really feeling it. We're going to talk about that right there. Hey, what's up, George? I see you not top of the morning, but good morning to you. And I'm in the building and I'm feeling like, man. George say no smoking in the building. Shit. It was no smoking at the last billing. This one, we different. Anyway, we're going to talk about that. Longshoremen, the ports, we're going to talk about that. West Coast ports is a little different. We're going to talk about that, though. The reason why we're going to bring that up is because it's stopping a lot of the transaction for the goods that comes in. In and out of the states and things of that nature. So we're going to talk about all of that over there with the ports, longshoremen strike. Number 3, the Diddler versus Jaguar Wright. Now, that's some meat and potatoes right here because it's a trending topic in the current event. I mean, not a current event. The current event is the strike thing, but the Jaguar Wright and the Diddler thing is a trending topic. And it is a current event because he got apprehended and got took to jail. So we're gonna talk about all of that and how she feels. We're gonna ask questions to the media out there and see what the media say. That's number 3. Number 4 is Eminem. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get that in me. Number 3. Yeah, well, number 4 is Eminem. He's gonna be a grandfather, a grandpa. We're gonna talk about it. Haley Jade, his 20-year-old daughter, just announced that she's expecting, and he will be a grandfather. I want to bring that here and talk about it a little bit because Eminem is a icon and definitely had some issues when he was rapping about all of that. So I want to shed a little light and give a little commentary behind that. Santa Clara. We going to number 5. Santa Clara County top superintendent of schools. We're going to talk about this broad right here. Mary Ann Dewin. Dewin she will be terminated. We're going to talk about that's number 5. That's crazy. Santa Clara superintendent. And then folks was like going to bat for that lady, trying to get her. We're going to talk about it. Number 6 is the NFL's Sunday games of this week, the 10 o'clock games. We're going to talk about them. The 1 o'clock games, talk about that. Monday night games, talk about that. Thursday night games, talk about that. We're going to talk about all of that. We're going to talk about all that. We're going to talk about all that. And everybody out there on Instagram, I appreciate y'all watching and looking and listening and paying attention. Appreciate all y'all. Number 7 is the NBA. The NBA is back. Preseason is going. The first opening games of preseason was last night. We're going to talk about them 4 teams. We're going to get into all of that right there. And we also going to talk about the games coming up. Number 8, Las Vegas versus the Liberty, the WNBA. We're going to talk about that. Specifically, these 2 teams, Liberty and Las Vegas Aces. And then last on the list is college football. I just want to talk about UCLA. I'm having an issue right there with my little nephew's team and all of that. So we're going to talk about that. Go back up to the top. Jingle one more time. Get that going. C-U-T-T-H-O-A-T. It's the Cutthoat Radio Podcast. C-U-T-T-H-O-A-T. Cutthoat Radio Podcast. C-U-T-T-H-O-A-T. It's the Cutthoat Radio Podcast. C-U-T-T-H-O-A-T. Cutthoat Radio Podcast. Yee! In the billing. You know what it is. You know what it is. Top of the list. We're going right up to it from my cousin Gotti, Simon Street related. Sent from the Rap Alert, Project Pat from 3-6 Mafia, Rap Crew, Street Crew, whatever you want to call it, however you want to word that. 3-6 Mafia has been a preacher since 2020. Didn't know that. It's 2024. So he's been a preacher for 4 years, and he's doing awesome work inside the prisons. So he's going inside the prisons and preaching to inmates to help turn their lives around. And I think that is an awesome, great thing that he's doing for those brothers that are incarcerated behind the walls. Because it's coming from a street nigga that was, once in the situation that they were probably in or could have been facing or whatever the case may be with Pastor Pat. Now, everybody formerly known him as Project Pat because of the rapping and all of the street stuff that he was doing. But I refer to him now from here on out as Pastor Pat because of the work that he's doing for God. And so he's putting in a lot of work for God, and he's turning lives around inside the prison system. And hopefully it's reaching them black brothers in there to, make a difference and everything like that. And I just want to share that here on Cutthoat Radio Podcast platform because I think that's an awesome thing to do, to be able to turn your life around, get ordained, feel the spirit, have God come in you. Hallelujah, holy moly, all of that good stuff. I got a church right behind me that do their thing on Sundays and Tuesdays, right behind this wall. It's the other side of the thing, and they do their thing, and you can hear hallelujah, do, You can hear all of that when they're doing their thing. And so I think it's a good thing that Pastor Pat is going from prison to prison instead of going from cell to cell himself or from block to block, trying to make $1 out of 15 cents. He's actually going to do something for the Lord. And so actually, that's what I said. God. Oh, God. Lord, my right hand. Which one is my right? My right. I don't even know my right-handed God. First off, Ed, my right-handed God, GAWD, not GOD, guns, oil, and drugs, GAWD, and I haven't figured out an acronym for GAWD, but God. Hey, when we was at the lodge, when we was over at the lodge, we used to say God. Yeah, we used to say God. G-A-W, we always spelled it. Why do we always have to spell the words that we make up and say? That's what we did. That's what we did. No, no, but that's dope. This is dope. Big ups to Pastor Pat. And congratulations on all his future endeavors and everything that he's doing. The launch, and everything that he's doing. It's real refreshing to see him be able to turn the other cheek, as they say out there, for lack of a better term, and start doing things to help other lives and make a difference. The Lodge. Shout out to Pastor Pat, formerly known as Project Pat. I just want to put that out there from 3-6 Mafia crew, doing absolute phenomenal work for the Lord. The Lord. Transitioning on, jingle real quick. I gotta light the blunt. Cutthoat. It's the Cutthoat Radio Podcast. Got a light? Never mind. Got one. Cutthoat Radio Podcast. Cutthoat. It's the Cutthoat Radio Podcast. Cutthoat. Cutthoat Radio Podcast. Now I gotta light a swisher, and that's all I got is a swisher. They gonna get mad at me because I ain't smoking a backwood. So what? I'm smoking a swisher. This is so I can get through this, because if I smoke a backwood, I'm gonna forget what I'm talking about. I'm just gonna be, sigging and carrying on. So anyway, strike. Let's see what we got here for the strike. So Longshoreman is the big coup de grace of these ports. And so the strike hit, and so a lot of people started to panic. A lot of people on the West Coast started to panic. People on the East Coast is panicking, and people in the Gulf of Mexico down near on the ports are panicking because the strike. Now, what is the difference between the unions from the Gulf and the East Coast and the West Coast are this, and it's simple. The West Coast is not affected because it's a whole different union. It's not connected to those unions of Longshoremen. So they got a whole separate thing going on. That's why they're not affected. That's why we're not so much affected. Now, the effect that we do have is overloaded because those ports are still at strike, and those ports are not open. And so a lot of the work that the workload that they were have at these ports are now coming over to the West Coast. And so it's overloaded. I was watching a clip earlier. East Coast and Gulf ports are seeing a major hit on the ports or whatever due to the strike. The West Coast union on the Gulf of Mexico and East Coast are seeing a major hit due to the strike. But the West Coast union are different, and the effects, like I was just saying, are the fact that we're overloaded with work, and so the workers are overloaded, and they're happy. These union workers over here on the West Coast are happy. They get overtime. They're getting a lot of overtime. They're getting a lot of work, blase, blase, and it's feeding a lot of families and things of that nature. But it's not helping so much over there on the East Coast right now and on the Gulf, and so you got to do something about it. And from what I've heard, this is speculation and hearsay. I haven't dug up, and I haven't seen anything in the media. But my another partner of mine, I call him a brother, close brother of mine. He was telling me how he was listening. Now he had seen something on TikTok, and I guess some of the container units out there are housing kids and families inside of them, and so that's why they are on strike right now on the Gulf and on the East Coast, because they're tired of hearing the screams and the cries for help in them tanks. Now, I don't know how true that is. Again, that's speculation and hearsay. I got to dig for that, so we'll find that out. Folks are buying food, getting stocked up. Toilet paper is going. Cost of this, cost of that. Da 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 da. You know how things are. Inflation. You know how they do. They try to scare. It's a scare tactic for the public, for the people. Well, not so much a scare tactic because they really are on strike over there, but when people hear shit like this, they start to panic and they start to go buy everything they can buy and do this and do that and it you got to see and watch and listen and don't be so quick to react right away. Like if it's not right at your doorstep right away, like boom, then let's see it play out because some of this shit is scare tactic of how the government do. Uh, Elections are coming up. People are trying to get new jobs, higher positions. People are trying to move up in they, things of that nature. The Diddler is going down. Are we going to talk about the Diddler? And so yeah, at the end of the day, it's more of an effect on the East Coast and the Gulf, more so on the West Coast. We're not too much affected over here. And like I said, the effects of that is just an overload of work. And so if you need a job, go run along Sherman on the West Coast. Or some of the workers should transfer out here. Fuck it. They did that Hurricane Katrina and I seen the documentary. That was some bullshit how they did Hurricane Katrina. And I should have wrote that on my list, but we'll save it for another day. But real quick, that was some bullshit how they did in Hurricane Katrina. They let them people die. And a lot of people didn't die. It was just a lot of people sick. So the media, I guess, was putting the 2 on the 10 saying that, and so when the general went over there, he seen how it was. And again, I seen this documentary and it's out there on YouTube, but I'm just saying, paraphrasing in short term, simplifying it and just saying it in my own words that it was fucked up how they did. And that's fucked up how they doing now. With this strike, just if it's hearsay about the kids and the families that are in them tanks and everything, go do the research or go dig and find out if that's what that is, if that's why they're on strike. If not, then if it's about the money or if it's the long hours or they not getting vacations or they not then figure it out for the people. It's the people. But somewhere down the line, politicians, they politicking and pulling the strings, puppet master in it and saying, no, we're going to do it this way. No, we're going to do it that way. No, no, no. That's how they do. You know how they do. And I don't want to jaw jack you and I don't want to mislead you with information. And so that's why I say hearsay and speculation. Because I don't know for sure about the kids in the tanks and everything. Again, that came from, you know how niggas talk. Oh, nigga, they got kids over there in that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? That's why they on strike and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? So, them kids don't even deserve that shit. You know what I'm saying? Player. That's how, how niggas talk. Niggas get to talking. No, nigga, that ain't even the case, nigga. I heard it was different, nigga. I heard it was money involved. I heard niggas wasn't getting paid and shit, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I didn't hear nothing about no kids and shit, nigga. But if it was kids and shit there, nigga, that's fucked up too, nigga. You know how niggas talk. But again, you don't have to really too much worry over here. I mean, you got to worry because it still affects everybody. I mean, the tornadoes that just, I mean, the hurricane that just happened, the category 4 hurricane Helene. If I say that right, hopefully I said that name right. Hurricane Helene just ripped through Florida, just ripped through North Carolina, South Carolina, just ripped through Nashville, Tennessee, Memphis, Tennessee, and all that other shit, around surrounding areas, Georgia, and in the surrounding states and cities and all that, the bayous and everything like that. Flooded some shit just now. And it could be treated like Hurricane Katrina over there to them people. They're not sending FEMA, or if I say that right, FEMA or whatever the case may be. They're not sending aid. They're blocking the aid and all this other stuff. Kind of similar to what they were doing to Hurricane Katrina. It's similar. They were blocking. They were stopping. The feds had to go dive in there, and they really had to go dive in there and see how they was living at the dome. Remember when they was living at the dome and the roof caved? I seen all of the footage. The roof came in. The toilets were backed up. Feces was everywhere. They were starting to live outside. The water was, it was terrible. Terrible. And I remember how, what's his name? Magnolia Chop and them came to my neighborhood. This shit played back in my head when I was watching I'm gonna move on. When I was watching the Hurricane Katrina shit, I was like, God damn, that's when we called them Thea South when they came up and they was doing all the shit for Mac Dre and all the shit and the tributes and everything. Dre got murdered. Da, 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 da. Well, these niggas from Louisiana, don't take a nigga out the ghetto, but you can't take a nigga out. Do you know that song? I'm a G, Barrett and Magnolia Chop. Well, that same nigga, I know him personally. That nigga and a lot of refugees. I ain't gonna call them refugees. A lot. Excuse me for that, y'all. A lot of them people that were, that didn't have nowhere else to go, or they, lost everything and they had family up this way. Motherfuckers migrated this way, and boom, then you got Thea South and all of that. And so I just feel like, I ain't gonna say all of that is gonna happen over there because of that hurricane category four, but it could. And I know a lot of the people that I reached out to, my family, the Littles and all of them, they fine. Bo and them, they good. And Texas, all folks are fine. Cat Not Williams, she's fine. A lot of motherfuckers that's on the East Coast and down there in Florida, all of that area down south, they're fine. They got power now again, getting rid of the, debris and all of the whatever have you that was, coming through, hitting their house and things of that nature and all of that good stuff. So people are getting back into the swing of things. They got power and stuff down there. So hopefully, and from, like I'm saying, it ain't as severe as Hurricane Katrina when the levee broke and all of that happened and all of that. So anyway, the ports are closed as of right now. I guess they're gonna be open here shortly, from what I just heard and just caught too. And when I do upgrade to my new software and everything, you'll see the split screen and everything. I will have Instagram over here. You'll see YouTube here, and then you'll have Facebook right there, all on one screen. I'm gonna get it all set up. I just haven't got it together yet, but we working on it. I'm by myself. I got to do all the technology. Nobody's helping me, so fuck y'all. No, fuck y'all. No, I'm just playing. Anyway, so we're going to transition into number 3. Number 3 is the Diddler versus Jaguar Wright. Now, I want y'all opinion here on YouTube and Instagram. And this is already shared on Facebook, so we're just going to let this ride. Jaguar Wright says Jay Z and the Diddler are monsters. She says Jay Z also is going, and I said this on my show when I was at the other location. I said, if they get Keefy D, they gonna get P. Diddy. And people were saying, nah, P. Diddy a billionaire, they not gonna get him, blah, blah, blah. Then I played a recording that he had when he was in front of a fucking waterfall with a little kid in front of him, his nephew or whoever that child was. God bless that child. I hope he didn't get touched. I hope he didn't have to do anything to be in that video. Anyway, the Diddler had put out the message to all the people that's involved in this house. And they said, he was like, I'm calling out next. He called out everybody name. I could, as a matter of fact, wait. I think I got it here. Let me go here and see if I can pull up the Diddler. His thing that he did. Yep, right here. Look at this. I'll pull up the Diddler right here. Look at this. Right here on the show. Look at this. Oprah. J-Lo. A-Rod. Will Smith. Alicia Keys. Come on, Diddler, keep going. Justin Bieber. We know all these names. Kevin Hart. Mark Wahlberg. Snoop. DJ Khaled. Swiss Beats. Kelly Rowland. Chris Brown. Malona. Lisa Ray. Sierra. Janelle Monáe. Lizzo. Megan Thee Stallion. J Balvin. Naomi Campbell. That's just to name a few. He got a whole list right here that he names off these names, and then at the end he say that they, if you turning your back, or you supposed to be my friend, be there for me, or whatever the end of the list saying, we can listen to it, but I don't want to hold y'all too long. My point is, the Diddler is not going down by itself. Now, I don't know how accurate and how valid Jaguar Wright's accusations towards Jay Z are. I can't sit here and say I know for sure Jay Z going down. That's the hearsay for me. That's the hearsay, the speculation from. And Jaguar Wright has not been sued, prosecuted, and nobody. Well, from what she's just put out, that it's a $500,000 tag, if you will. Y'all know what this means, for her. And so, again, I don't know where that come from. That's hearsay speculation here on this show. But the Diddler is incarcerated. He's in custody. They got him. They will not let him out on bail. They don't care about his money. And it's more evidence that they keep unfolding on the freak offs with the freak off tapes and the baby oil that he had a lifetime supply of baby oil. Another speculation and hearsay, it was something inside the baby oil that will drug you and have you doing ungodly things. Golly, the Diddler. Now, Jay Z, his name keep flying. It's a lot of speculation, and they say that two birds of a feather flock together. More and more lawsuits keep popping up on Diddy behalf, but I haven't really seen anything besides Jaguar Wright speaking on Jay Z and other like outlets and things of that nature. And it's people tagging on to that, I guess, now or whatever. And Beyonce is losing followers, Jay Z losing followers, things of that nature. I mean, if you want to. Oh, and we sponsored today, real quick, by my favorite cousin gave me this shirt brand. My favorite cousin gave me this shirt is my little cousin Nate the Great, and so he gave me the shirt. We sponsored by him today. But I don't want to put out the information in a way where I'm saying it's accurate and it's true. I want to make sure that I put out the disclaimer or the disclaimer and saying that I don't know, it's all speculation and hearsay, but we have a trending topic to talk about. I feel that. Well, let me back that up. What's out there already is, again, Jaguar Wright is talking about how Jay Z is a villain himself. And if you go into Jay Z as a villain, then who else is a villain? Again, speculation and hearsay. You can't. It's speculation and hearsay. I don't have actual proof. I don't know for sure what Jay Z has done in the dark. I know on that elevator, Salon beat the brakes off of him. I remember that when he was on the elevator with Beyonce's sister, Salon, however you pronounce her name. Excuse me if I'm pronouncing it wrong. He knew then not to fuck around. So I don't know if Jay Z is the same character as the Diddler. I don't know if he got it in him because Beyonce's sister beat the brakes off him in the elevator. From what we all know already, that's in the media, right? Whew. It's some nasty allegations on the Diddler and Jay Z, though. It is. I mean, Jaguar Wright, she said she got cut. Again, this is hearsay speculation from Jaguar Wright, but she said she was cut by a box cutter by Jay Z, and it's all over the internet. Jaguar Wright is all over the internet and podcasts, talk shows, news networks, talking about all of this stuff with the Diddler, P. Diddy, and Jay Z, calling them monsters and all this other stuff, saying what happened at the parties and the shows and all of this stuff. And I seen pictures of Jaguar Wright hugged up next to Jay Z. So I don't know if she's throwing them out there to just kind of like make her story, valid. I don't know. And then you got Vlad TV, Culture Vulture Vlad, and I call him that. I'm just gonna ride with that. That's the Culture Vulture. Culture Vulture Vlad And he's from the Bay Area. He's from down in the Bay, but I'm still gonna call him Culture Vulture Vlad. Culture Vulture Vlad. He talks about her and says that he doesn't back anything she says, and that's from a culture vulture. That's hard to digest. And the reason why I say that is because he gets the grit and grind of the shit. Vlad is a damn fed. You got that right. That's why I'm saying my point exactly. Thank you, Ed, for helping me out. He is a fed, so he can find out this stuff if he was to. And so I know that nobody's came at Jaguar Wright legally for defamation of character or whatever type of lawsuits they can throw at her for slandering names and all of this other stuff. But at the same time, nobody tried to offer and kill her and none of this other stuff either. And at the same time, nobody's like making a big fuss. It's just her. I mean, she's going on platforms making her argument, talking about it or whatever. And then you got this guy named Tom. I forget his last name. Fuck, I forgot to write his name down. The Kim, let me see. Let me find it real quick. Let me see if I can find the Kim book. Hold on real quick. Let me see if I can find his name. What's his name? What's the dude name? What's I'm trying to find the nigga name. Chris Todd. There you go. I couldn't get his name. Chris Todd is the white boy that just came out with the Kim Porter's book. Now I thought it was a diary. Now here we go. It's a lot of different like things about this. And then the family comes out, Kim's family, the son, the family, the kids side, and talks about how it's false. It's not true. It's not real. Don't believe it. And other people are trying to get behind that and say the same thing. But my thing is this. He said he got a flash drive. Why on earth would he just pop out of nowhere and just make all of this stuff up? What clout is he chasing? And then they did the backstory on bro to find out he's well off without even having to even do any of this stuff. So it's a cross between believing and not believing and doing your own research, basically. And so that's where I was at with it. I feel like Kim deserves justice. If it's foul play, she deserves justice. Same thing goes for Craig Mack. Same thing goes for Biggie. Same thing goes for Tupac. Same thing goes for Left Eye. Same thing goes for Jam Master Jay. Same thing goes for Black Rob, Heavy D. If there was any foul play with Heavy D, just go through all of that shit. I mean, because you got to remember, Diddy started with Harrell and them at Uptown, so the whole, Heavy D and the Boys, Soul for Real, all of that. He said, Marcus Atwood right here. What's up, Marcus? I see you. He said, Diddy, the new Nino Brown on the court side. It's a lot of people about to crumble. He ain't going down by himself. He know a lot of motherfuckers. He know a lot of shit on motherfuckers. Trust that. And I believe that. I quote that. I'm going to quote you on that right there, Marcus. I swear to God, I believe that. And that's why a lot of the political powers that be that was at the top of the food chain all step down and start leaving their positions. And Kevin Lyles and all of these type of people. And you see where Mr. Fat Farm been at. I ain't even gonna give him the shine. Mr. Fat Farm over there on the island, he got the hell out of Dodge because he know he was wrong. Weinstein, if this is true, Weinstein hung himself. If that's the case, we don't know how serious that is. We didn't see it on camera. We didn't see him put the rope on his neck and hang himself. Yeah, motherfuckers is ducking. Motherfuckers is underground. They getting off the radar. I seen Pink. She done deleted everything. She done tweeted to this nigga P. Diddy on social media and phones and all. Usher, he done deleted everything. Then he turned around and said it was hacked, trying to clean up the mess, knowing goddamn well that shit wasn't hacked. Nigga, you don't want no ties to him, but you was eating cereal with the nigga and fighting over the cereal box at his house at the age of 13. You go way back with the nigga, the Diddler. You been going to the parties. Usher, you can't hide now. You got Justin Bieber. I don't know what y'all did to that kid. Boy, y'all did that to that kid. Y'all cheated that kid his life. Yes, y'all did. Yes, y'all did. Shit is fucked up, man. Shit is fucked. That shit crazy. That shit crazy. Yeah, but anyway, keep it going. Diddler, he facing the charges. We all read the charges. I read the charges before. I think I got the charges right here in front of me. It's 6 counts. Let me see if I can get the charges out. Nope, that ain't it. It's 6 counts. Racketeering, coercion, forced, kidnapping, prostitution. It's 6 strong counts that the feds is trying to make. They're not letting him out of jail. They're not giving him a bond. And if like I said, if when Keefe D got arrested, I said this on my show. I was at the other studio. I said if Keefe D get arrested, and somewhere down the line, P Diddy gonna get arrested. And then I also said if P Diddy get arrested, they're gonna try to find something that sticks to him with the murder of Tupac and Biggie. I'm telling you what I said on the show. Now I don't know the Tupac and Biggie stuff is still speculation and hearsay, but if the feds find any type of connection of evidence that leads to the murder of Tupac and Biggie, we will not see the Diddler ever again in life. His kids won't see him. They will be seeing him on a video chat for the rest of his life. Or they might get him in jail. Because you know Tupac and Biggie got a fan base big as all outdoors, so you got to be careful. Yeah, more lawsuits popping up on Diddler. It ain't the lawsuits they don't care about the lawsuits. They can care less about the lawsuits. They want the RICO or the sex trafficking or the prostitution or the kidnapping. They want one of them to stick. The kidnapping by itself is life. The kidnapping by itself is life. You ain't getting out of jail. I think I got the. I think I got the. I got that one. No, I don't got it right here in front of me. No, I don't got it right here in front of me. That's okay though. I don't need that one. The kidnapping is life without the possibility. This shit is crazy. Again, I don't know how Jaguar Wright. I don't know how accurate her stuff is and none of that stuff over there because again, but she's not changed her story. Her story hasn't changed. I could say that about Jaguar Wright. She hasn't changed her story. She's consistent with her story and she sticks to her story. And she be saying it for a very long time now. A very long time. You're right about that. Ed said right here on the show, and shout out to my boy Ed. We go back like rocket chairs, culinary, and all that good stuff. He said right here on the show, he said the Diddler, 54 years old, anything over 10 years is basically a life sentence for that boy. You are absolutely right. Boy, if that boy get 5 years, well, I was gonna say if that boy get 5 years, it's over. It's over with. Because you don't know what's gonna happen in the 5 years. They're not gonna put him in like some. Well, if from what I hear, and this is again hearsay speculation. I don't know how true this is. He'd go to celebrity jail if he go to jail in New York because he's I think in the Southern District of New York right now. That's where they're holding him at. And so if he's over there and they got a housing unit for celebrities only, then okay, he's gonna be in the housing unit for celebrities only. So it's gonna be kind of a difficult situation to get to him or whatever the case may be. But, and here's the but, it's a strong but. If he goes to general population, they don't fuck around. If he goes to general population and he don't pay taxes, and y'all know what I mean by paying taxes, it's the Diddler. The Diddler is still a billionaire. Even if he gets sentenced, he's still a billionaire. That billion don't go away. The Diddler. Let's transition. Let's go. Because I just wanted to come show my face and play around anyway a little bit. We'll see. We'll see how the allegations unfold. I want to end it like this. We'll see how the allegations unfold with the Diddler. What you say right here, Marcus? You say they holding in the facility and they hold him in a facility in Brooklyn. It's one of the worst facilities. It's fucked up where he's at. Right. I seen that. It's yeah, yes, exactly. And so that's where they got him at. They housed him in a nasty kind of also similar to Wright Street in Fulton County down there in Georgia. If you know anything about the YSL trial, I know a lot about the YSL trial because I've been following it 144 days, 141 days, 143, 144, somewhere in that range right there of the trial itself. And I've been learning a lot, and I've heard a lot about Fulton County and Wright Street. Wright Street is the nastiest, the shittiest. What Woody described on the stand was they put feces all over the wall, and they have sperm, and they call it mixed it with water, and they call it nut juice. When he said that shit, it fucked up the whole entire court. And the reason why I say that is because I seen the same similar about P. Diddy being in a fucked up facility, and that's fucked up. But, and here's the but. He brought it on himself. Brought it on himself. And I don't wish jail upon nobody. But when you beating women online at the hotel, and then you cover it up for so long, and then it gets leaked, what else you done did? Who else you done beat on? Who else mama you beat on, or auntie you beat on, or sister you beat on, or grandma you beat on? Grandma's is about 25 now, just so y'all know, 25, 35, in that range. Whose daughter did you beat on? Who else? These are children of God. You call yourself brother love. That ain't love. Then you did an album called the Love Album, Off the Grid. Nigga, you should have stayed off the grid. You should have stayed off the grid. You're tripping coming back to the grid. You came back to the grid. Look at you, stupid. Yeah, they got you, Diddler. 54 years old. Let's see. If he get 20 years, do the maths. He get life, it's over with. 10 years is over. 64. Add another 10 to that, 74. He done. Add another, because one of the charges is like 30 years, 25 or 30. Add another 10 to that, he's 84 years old. Busby, okay, yeah, I'm gonna do that. Research the Tony Busby press conference against Diddy. I'm gonna write that here. Let me see. Tony Busby. Yeah, I'm gonna check that out. I'm gonna check that out as well. It's over with for the Diddler. He been accused for touching a 9-year-old. And I just played the clip with the 9-year-old in front of him. I don't know if that's the same 9-year-old. No, I'm not doing that. What I'm saying is it was a child in front of him on that clip. And that's sad because he got all that baby oil and lubrication and all of that. And if it's that speculation in hearsay is accurate, he was putting drugs inside the baby oil. That's some bullshit. That's some bull. I don't even want the baby oil I got. Let me read this. He said he thought he was untouchable, man. They don't give a fuck about them billions. They used him, and now they threw him to the wolves. Okay, so you are calling him a pawn. He might be a pawn for the higher ups because the higher ups are like, no, we're not taking the fall for this shit, nigga. You on your own. You went rogue. Is what you're saying. All them niggas that sold out to the Illuminati. That's what Marcus Atwood just said. Now I understand that too. I understand where you was going with that because it's a lot of speculation and hearsay. Now I ain't gonna sit here on my show and say that's accurate, that's the truth. I can't do that. I have to fact check and I have to get the facts before I even really talk about it. But we can have a conversation and we can speculate and hearsay. And I got to throw that disclaimer out there. I have to because I'm monetized and all of the stuff. So I don't want the backlash and all this stuff. But anyway, so yeah. He thought he was untouchable. He thought he couldn't be harmed. He thought he could do people wrong. He thought he could fuck over people's lives. He thought he could take people they publishing and get over like that, get over like this. but what goes around comes around. What's done in the dark comes in is shined through the light. So you're right using the word Illuminati, but no, not the Illuminati. The light has illuminated the fact that he's done all of this stuff in the dark. And now he's, I guess, like you said, by himself. And what you say right here, that's the type of shit Bill Cosby was doing with the pudding pops, drugging. Now we can that hey Marcus. Now that's that again. I don't have full actual facts saying that Bill had the pudding pops and he was hey. I don't know for sure he was putting the drug in the pudding pop. I got the drugs in the pudding pop and I want you to taste my pudding pop. Now I don't know how real that is. I don't know. Again, that's speculation hearsay on my show until I dig deeper to find the facts. But that has been said as well about Bill back in the day. Just taste the pudding pop and you feel marvelous. I'm telling you, I ain't shit. Let's go to the jingle, man. Cutthoat. It's the Cutthoat Radio Podcast. Cutthoat Radio Podcast. Cutthoat. It's the Cutthoat Radio Podcast. Yeah, so I'm just having a little fun. That was funny. That was funny, man. I'm telling you. The Diddler. All right, man. Moving along. What's you guys' thoughts on that though? And Simone, yeah, for real. This Cutthoat Radio Podcast. I'm telling you, man, this shit is crazy. And I bring it to you raw and uncut here on this channel. Yes, I do have community standards I have to follow on the meta world, but here there's no body telling me what to do, how to do it, or whatever the case may be. It's my format, it's my go. So I bring what I bring and I talk about it how I talk about it. So if you don't like it, you don't have to subscribe. You don't have to, but I appreciate your subscriptions. And if you haven't subscribed to my show, please do so at Cutthoat Radio Podcast 807. That'll take you straight to it on the YouTube channel. And if you follow me on IG, you already here. Facebook, you know what that is, the Chef Jaguar thing. Used to be formerly known as Twitter, Chef Jaguar, so on and so forth on all the platforms. And the descriptions, the links will be in the descriptions when I leave and get off of line and all of that good stuff. I'm streaming live right now. So, anyway, transitioning. That's what I was doing. I almost lost my thought. Transitioning on. Diddler going down. We all know Diddler going down. I don't know about the Jay Z thing. What do you guys think about the Jay Z? Your thoughts about the Jay Z thing tied to that? And if Jay Z is tied to it, if DJ Khaled not tied to it? What about Lil Wayne them? But again, speculation and hearsay. We don't want to do that. Anyway, let's keep going. Number 4 on the list, Eminem is going to be a grandpa. Haley Jade, who is now 28 years of age, announced to her dad that she is expecting her first child while he was shooting a music video with Skylar Grey, Temporary. The name of the song is Temporary. Let me go back real quick and read this. When the dam breaks, when the dam breaks, the river flows out, and the pouring out in the droves on droves on Diddy, like piranhas all getting bites. Oh wait a minute, let me reread this. When the dam breaks, they never flow out. The river flows out, and they pouring out in the droves. In the droves, I think that may be a mistype right there. On Diddy's ass like piranhas, all getting bites. So basically, he's just saying right there that the goddamn dam broke, and now the fucking piranhas are taking bites at Diddy's ass because he's on this side of the dam. He thought he was safe, he thought he was secure, but the dam broke and the fish just flew right on through. So I follow what you were saying right there. Droves, many in groups, a lot of them. Oh, well, basically, like I was saying, and I paraphrase for you, Marcus, is just, he felt secure. He felt like he wasn't going to get touched, Mr. Untouchable. But when that dam broke, the fish kind of just, the piranhas just was just going at him, just eating at him and taking bites. And he was all sides of him. And so I follow what you're saying right there. I get what you were saying. Anyway, let's keep going. I'm talking about Eminem. Eminem, and this is I want to talk about this because Eminem is a grandpa now. And he's a Detroit Lions fan. And we had to deal with the Detroit Lions last season, so he threw the middle finger up like this at us and everything like that. I just wanted to give him a shout out to congratulate him on becoming a grandfather. That's dope and everything like that. And hope you get to be in your grandson's. Well, I mean, I don't know. We don't know if it's a boy or a girl. Excuse me. Let me take that back. But hopefully you get to be in your grandchild's life with blessings and open arms for your daughter and everything like that. Because, back in the day, I know you used to, kind of go bad and, sig. We call it sigging on the West Coast, but you used to sig and kind of talk about, your personal life and problems you was having, dealing with your baby mama and your daughter here now that is 28 years old. And so hopefully you guys got a better relationship and can move past the past. People don't forget the past, but hopefully things will be better for y'all. So you could be a grandfather for your grandchild. In the music video, Temporary, I haven't seen that yet, but he was shooting that with Skylar Grey. I haven't heard the song yet, but I'm definitely gonna go listen to that. Shout out to Eminem for all the things that he's done in the entertainment business and the music business and everything like that as well. Number 5, let's keep going, let's keep rolling. Transitioning on. Santa Clara County top superintendent of schools, Mary Ann Dewan, I always keep looking at that word will be terminated without cause. So there's no cause right now behind the reason why she's being terminated, and they haven't even threw anything out. And I looked it up. I tried to check to see what was out there. I haven't really heard and see anything out there, but folks are tired. Folks tried her coworkers tried to speak out and voice their opinion about Mary Ann Dewan. So Mary Ann, she basically, the supporters basically don't want her to be fired, but at this point, the board has made the final decision to do so. The board hasn't made public what's really going on and why she was let go. The people of Santa Clara right now are protesting for her to keep her job, but it's really not going anywhere. But the investigation has taken off. So basically they investigating to see what the situation is and why Mary Ann Dewan is being terminated, but she is being relieved of her position, and as of right now, without cause. So I just thought I'd bring that. That's in Santa Clara, California. Just thought I'd bring that to the platform. Number 6, we're going to get out of here on sports all the way to number 9. So we're just going to get right into it. The NFL Sunday games, this week 5 Sunday games, 10 o'clock games. Week 5, 10 o'clock games, Sunday games tomorrow, 10 o'clock games. We got the Jets versus the Vikings, the Panthers versus the Bears, the Ravens versus the Bengals, Dolphins versus the Patriots, the Browns versus the Commanders, the Colts versus the Jags, the Bills versus the Texans, and that's all the 10 o'clock games. And then we switch over to the 1 o'clock games, the Raiders versus the Broncos, the Cardinals versus the 49ers, the Packers versus the Rams, the Giants versus the Seahawks. And then the 5 o'clock game would be the Cowboys versus the Steelers, which is, Marcus, that's your team right there. You got the Steelers. Let's see what y'all do with them. And I know you're going to talk some shit, so we're going to see what you say. Monday night football game, Saints versus the Chiefs, and we're going to talk about that as well. Thursday night game that just happened, which was 2 days ago, Bucks versus the Falcons. In overtime, the Falcons walked away with that 36-30. And I actually thought the Bucks was going to win that. Kirk Cousins from the Falcons threw for 509 yards, threw the winning touchdown in overtime. And it was a Muscle Russell tussle game. It was actually a very fucking good game that they had Thursday night football. Let's go back to the top. I'm going to give you all my predictions real quick and move on from this. Week 5 Sunday predictions, 10 o'clock games. Jets versus the Vikings. I'm going with the Jets. No, I'm not. I take that back. I'm going with the Vikings. Sorry. I take that back. Going with the Vikings. Panthers going with the Bears. I'm going with the Bears on that. I'm not going with the Panthers. Ravens versus the Bengals. I got to go with the Ravens. Golly, I don't want to go with the Ravens, but I got to go with the Ravens on that. Dolphins versus the Patriots. Dolphins for me. Browns versus the Commanders. I'm going with the Browns. I'm not going. No, take that back. I take that back. A bubblegum. Remember making the band when what's his name? Dylon was doing a bubblegum. That's what Dave Chappelle had mimicked him on his show when they was doing making the band, but it was the spoof a bubblegum. Nigga, Dave Chappelle had me rolling with that shit. Browns versus the Commanders. Commanders, I'm gonna go with. Colts versus the Jags. Colts versus the Jags. Going with the Jags. I don't know why I'm going with the Jags, but I'm going with them. Bills versus the Texans. I'm going with the Texans. 1 o'clock games. Raiders versus the Broncos. I'm gonna go with the Raiders. I'm gonna surprise the fans out there, and I'm gonna go with the Raiders. I'm gonna go with the Raiders on that. Cardinals versus the 49ers. Of course, bang, bang, gang. That's us. Packers versus the Rams. I'm gonna go Packers. Jordan Love. I don't know if he's still hurt over there, but I'm going with the Packers. Giants versus the Seahawks. DK Mav, Giants, CK, DK Mav on the Seahawks. I'm gonna go Seahawks. And I know that's in my division. I don't want them to win, but I'm gonna go Seahawks on that. 5 o'clock game. Cowboys versus the Steelers. I'm going Steelers with that, and I'm gonna tell you why. They've been playing some real good football over there in the Steelers. They defense. So you got some fucking shit to do over there, Cowboys. Whack Prescott and the Cowgirls. And then Monday night game, I'm going with the Chiefs. I don't want the Chiefs to win. I'm gonna go with the Saints. Let's just go with the Saints. I'm a hopefully throw a monkey in a wrench, but I don't think so. But I know the Chiefs gonna win because they're gonna cheat to win. But hopefully the Saints actually win. So that's my predictions with the NFL Week 5 Sunday games, 10 o'clock, 1 o'clock, and 5 o'clock games. NBA has started back, transitioning on. Do the jingle real quick. I want to take a drink of thing. C-U-T-T-H-O-A-T. It's the Cutthoat Radio Podcast. C-U-T-T-H-O-A-T. Cutthoat Radio Podcast. C-U-T-T-H-O-A-T. It's the Cutthoat Radio Podcast. C-U-T-T-H-O-A-T. Cutthoat Radio Podcast. Yeah, I'm your host, Rizzo. I'm in here and I'm feeling like, yay, RIP to the Mac, DRE. And you know, I'm sponsored again by Bay Hustling, and my favorite cousin had to look out for me. So we got that in here. And I hopefully Archie C, you know, the Bay Hustling is all over the internet. You know, I still do my support. You know what I'm saying? I still do what I do for the brand and everything like that. So hopefully my Cuddy will see that. Number 7, NBA is back. Preseason first games yesterday. Timberwolves versus the Lakers. The Timberwolves walked away with that 124-107. I didn't see Ant-Man on the court for the Wolves. The Wolves looked at okay. It wasn't a bad thing. They had some good stuff over there going. We'll see as the season go on. It's just preseason right now anyway. And the fake show, they actually look good. I like the camaraderie. I'm saying the word wrong. Camaraderie or whatever, however you say the word. Camaraderie. I'm saying that wrong. I think I am. I like that that they got some new players. They look good together playing. They got off to a rocky start, but then they got into their motion and was able to bounce back and strike back. LeBron, AD, and the rest of the starters wasn't in. D'Lo played a little bit. Reeves played a little bit. Rui played a little bit. And yeah, you know, it was a opening season. It was preseason opening game. So. And then the Celtics had played before that. I didn't get a chance to see that actual game, but I seen the highlights last night, this morning. Celtics walked away with that 107-103. Nuggets looked it good too. Nuggets got some height over there. Jamal Murray is really the only short motherfucker on the court now because they got two motherfuckers that's tall as Eric Gordon and Porter. So we'll see what the Nuggets do further on into the season. Again, it's just preseason. Celtics look like the remaining champions that they left off of being last night. So, or not last night, but last season. So the Celtics look good. They got some new stuff over there as well. I can't wait to see what they unfold. Brown, White, Tatum, bang bang, Celtics gang. You know that's what they do. Not my team, but that's okay. Today we got Golden State Warriors versus the Clippers at 4:00. We will be watching that game. Nuggets versus the Celtics is Sunday the 6th at 7 a.m. Then you got the Knicks on the 6th at 2 p.m. Or not the Knicks. The Knicks versus the Hornets on the 6th at 2 p.m. You got the Wizards versus the Raptors on the 6th at 4:30 p.m. You got the Bucks versus the Pistons on the 6th at 5 p.m. The Suns versus the Lakers on the 6th at 6:30 p.m. And that's crazy because wait a minute. Oh yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. I was finna trip, but I ain't tripping. Because we just had the Nuggets and the Celtics had already played yesterday, but they getting ready to play on the 6th again, preseason game again. They're gonna see each other, the Nuggets and the thing on the 6th at 7 a.m. in the morning. So we're gonna watch all the games and everything like that. And get all the scores, get all the highlights, who's doing what, who played the longest minutes, all of that good stuff, who getting fouls, where the referees looking like, who the referees, and all of that good stuff. We're gonna get all of the notes. But anyway, let's keep going. Magic, this is the 7th, Monday. Magic versus the Pelicans on the 7th at 10:30 a.m. Grizzlies versus the Mavericks on the 7th at 5 p.m. Thunder versus the Spurs, 7th, 5 p.m. Rockets versus Jazz, 6 p.m. on the 7th. And then the Bulls versus the Cavaliers, Tuesday the 8th, 4 p.m. And the only reason why I stopped right there because it's a lot more games to cover, and I don't want to overload myself on this particular show and podcast updates, announcements, current events, trending topics. But if you haven't subscribed, you know where to subscribe. Cutthoat Radio Podcast 807. But that's the NBA going on right now. Preseason is started. Let's go here. And I wanted to talk about this real quick. Now, I watched the WNBA all season, not all the games, but a lot of the games. Caitlin Clark was magnificent, spectacular, doing what she do, having the ball out there. And then you had Angela Reese. She was doing what she do, having the ball out there, acting a donkey. But then you got this last player that's still in the races right now, going up against Liberty, New York Liberty. And the Las Vegas Aces and New York Liberty are 2-1 right now, and the Las Vegas Aces had forced a 4th game last night. Now, last night was a good game because you seen the hunger and the fight and determination in the Las Vegas Aces to come back, force the 4th game, and you'll see them. Next game will be October 6th at 12 p.m. Liberty versus Las Vegas Aces. And I like saying Liberty like that. Liberty, 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 Liberty. I like doing that. That's funny as fuck. Because on Higher Learning, Lawrence Fishburne that played the teacher, his accent, and he was like Jamaican or Haitian or whatever the fuck he was, and he Liberty. All right. Anyway, the game last night, 95-81, the Liberty tried to stay in it, but they just didn't have enough fight in her. But they are 2-1. They up right now in the series. So we'll see what happens going further. If Vegas win this next game, they could the series would be tied, and we have a series, and we could watch the series. But if they lose, basically the series is over. But anyway, shout out to one of my favorite players on Las Vegas Aces, Aja. Not Angel Wilson. I want to say Angel Wilson so bad. Damn, I can't think of her name right now at the top of my head. Because I want to say Angela Reese. Angel Wilson. It ain't Angel Wilson. I forget the fuck her name right off the top of my head. And I didn't write it down. Let me see. Let me go to the thing. God damn it. I gotta go. Not Reese. It's what's the name on Vegas? Hold on. I'm finna go to it right now. Let me go roster here. Asia Wilson. I couldn't remember her fucking first name because I got Angel wanting to say Angel. It's Asia Wilson. Asia Wilson is one of my favorite players over there. And then Kelsey Plum. And then Kelsey Plum is my second. Kelsey Plum will bust your eyes out. Boy, that girl, and she hustles her ass off. My goodness. But Asia Wilson, yeah, that's you know, that's my boo right there. That's my boo right there. So yeah, anyway. And she not really my boo for those out there. Yeah, Plum will get the work done. I'm telling you, Plum will get the work done, bruh. They got some other weapons on that team, but like I said, Asia Wilson and Plum, them go right there. What's the black girl? I forget the black girl name. Shit, photos. Let me see. Let me go to the photos. See if I can see her photos. What is that black girl name? Number 12. Is that number 12? I think it's number 12. Let me see. I think it's number 12. Her name is number 12. Yeah. Chelsea Gray. Chelsea Gray. Yeah. There we go. It's Plum, Chelsea Gray, and Asia Wilson. They are dope. Them three dope as fuck. They raw talent. I like them three. I really like them three. Now, will I have any relations with any of these butch? No, I won't. Cause these are women, and not, they pretty. They got cute or whatever the case may be. But some of them look too manly for me, so it is just too hard for me to even get in tune with dealing with. What's up, Unc? Good afternoon. Over here on the platform. And so, yeah, anyway, UCLA versus Penn State. I wanted to talk about that real quick because they was playing. The last time I checked the score, it was 14-3, and my nephew was not playing today. Reek, number 1 wide receiver, is not playing, possible injury. Not certain, so it's hearsay and speculation. I'm not sure right now. I'll get the info and I'll bring that back on a later date, and we'll just have to talk about it later because I don't have that right now. QB is out for sure though with an injury. I knew that already. The team though, all together, UCLA trash. Give me my bottles. Give me my bottles. Give me my bottles. Give me my bottles because they ain't got to be this trash. Give me my display. Just give me my display. Hold on, because I don't want to get the display. Rob, get your display. Rob, get your display. Get your display, Rob. Hurry up and get your display. Get this out the way. Get that out the way. Get your UCLA trash. Trash. In the words of Bubba Dub, so trash. Trash. Quarterbacks, both of them garbage. The running back, what the fuck was wrong with the running back? This stupid motherfucker, he goes this way and should have went that way. Just garbage. Garbage. Give me the bottles. Give me the bottles. Give me the bottles. Give me my bottles. Give me. I got 3 of them. Get it. Garbage. Need a new quarterback and everything. Anyway, it was fun. So I'm going to transition on up out of here. I'm going to get out of here. We played the jingle real quick one more time. We'll get out of here. Cutthoat, it's the Cutthoat Radio Podcast. Cutthoat. Just garbage. Throw the whole team away. He was playing on Notre Dame. He should have stayed his ass on Notre Dame. Reek. Don't worry about nothing. Cutthoat Radio Podcast Radio. Y'all know what I mean? It's Cutthoat Radio. And a shout out to Kat Not Williams. Does an awesome job on her channel. I follow her. I'm up with up with the Roosters and the Crows when she's up because she's on Florida time. So I'm up right with her, and I follow her. I'm in the chat. I'm communicating, and I follow her, not her around the chats, but I see her in other chats. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not stalking her in chats or nothing like that. And it's just, it's a good thing to be able to, link up with these type of people because like-minded always works together. And I'm inspired by how she deliver her message and how poised her voice is, how she talks, how she talks about all the information. Very informative. Her name is Cat Not Williams on Instagram. Her name is Cat Not Williams on YouTube, and you can find her on all of the stuff. Cat Not Williams, and she does an awesome job. Talking about the YSL trial and other trials that's out there that she's covering and that she's covered. But she does her thing, and I'm one of her members on her channel. And so I'm in the mods. I'm not in the mods, but I'm I'm inside the chat with them, and we do our thing. So it's real refreshing and real fun to get the responses that I get, and she's always giving me a shout out on her channel. I support her, so she gives the love and the support back on my channel. So that's dope right there. Same thing with Miss Infamous Sylvia. She did the same thing for me. So all the love and support right there. Shout out to Seti Nash. Seti Nash, he doing his thing, he got, 500,000 something odd subscribers now. He, blew up, what I'm saying? Went from, 40,000 to 500,000, what I'm saying? His views is up. He, getting the bag and everything like that. And he's the hood lawyer, the hood politician, or whatever he called himself. He doing his thing. So shout out to Seti Nash and all that good stuff there. I follow his channel, get a lot of information. He's biased on one side a lot of times, but that helps me be non-biased and focus on the facts and evidence and things of that nature, and not worry about my feelings and emotions. So that helps me control the bias in me, watching his bias. And that's not a bad thing. It's just again, I don't want to conduct myself with the oh, I know this to be true mentality or whatever the case may be. Anyway. Shout out to Miss Infamous Sylvia. I seen just recently a guy named Dennis Byron that was slandering her name, and so I've been trying to figure out what's going on with that. I still haven't figured out. I haven't heard anything back from anybody, but I'm still searching and trying to figure out. But shout out to Miss Infamous Sylvia. Hope everything is good over there for her. Shout out to Nick. I forget his last name, but he does an awesome job with his channel and everything, the panel channel, the panel and everything that he got going on over there. Shout out to everybody that I tagged. I'm tagged a whole lot of folks. The Breakfast Club over there on YouTube. I tagged the lead attorney. Shout out to AV. Lead attorney does his thing, covering a lot of stuff. Shout out to AV to the 7th Power. She does a lot of stuff covering the YSL trial and all other trials and things of that nature. Learned a lot from her as well. Learned a lot from the lead attorney. Learned a lot from all of them, man. It's been a blessing to be a part of the chats, be a part of the mods, sending support to them, showing love, interacting with folks inside the chat and everything, and just getting familiar on how to work the whole setup with the YouTube and the mods, and giving the cash apps and things of that nature. So it's been a live and dope experience this whole entire podcasting time, and the journalism that I do, and bringing it here, and we talking, having fun and all that good stuff. It's been real fun, man. So I appreciate all the supporters. I appreciate all of the subscriptions, the subscribers. I appreciate the commentary. I appreciate the engagement. I appreciate the laughs. I appreciate the likes. I appreciate the shares. I appreciate everybody that's tuning in and watching the Cutthoat Radio podcast. I am your host, Mr. Young Shab Rob Rizzo, Chef Jaguar D, Yada Die, and I'm out this bitch. Yay! Oh, wait a minute. Before I go, though, I do got to go back to the top. Don't own the rights to the music. Got to play something. I played this. Desperado. I won't fail. I'll be alone when I roll. Lone desperado, I'll be alone when I roll. Good morning to everybody. It's afternoon now, but supporters out there, fans out there, followers out there, loved ones, family, and everybody that I don't know. Thank y'all for tuning in this morning for Cutthoat Radio Podcast. I really and truly humbly appreciate everybody out there that engages with me on the channel it is just so humbling to, watch the platform grow from what it was to where it is now, and all of the interviews, different segments of the show. This is updates, announcements, current events, and trending topics here on this segment. And then I got other segments like, the past, present, and future segment where I interview actual guests that come sit in this chair right here. And we go back and forth for about an hour or two. And we talk about their past, their present, and future. And then we get out of here and we put that out and we chop that up, stuff like that. We talk about a lot of different things on this show right here. There's no hose bar. There is no regulations beside the meta world community standards and things of that nature. But other than that, it's raw, it's uncut, it's Cutthoat Radio Podcast. We talked about Rap Alert, what was sent from my cousin, Project Pat, formerly known as Project Pat, now known as Pastor Pat from 3-6 Mafia Crew. He's been a pastor since 2020, and he's been going in and out of prisons, preaching to inmates in prisons to help them turn their life around. We talked about that at the beginning. That's number one. We talked about the strike, longshoremen, the ports, the East Coast is being affected more so, and the Gulf of Mexico is being affected more so than over here on the West Coast with the ports. But we talked about that. We talked about number 3, the Diddler, and we talked about Jaguar Wright versus Jaguar Wright and all the stuff she's saying about the Diddler and Jay Z. We talked about all of that. We had some fun over there. That was some meat and potatoes there. We played the jingle. Then we went into number 4. Eminem is becoming a grandfather. I want to bring that here because he had a lot of controversy back in the day with his daughter and his baby mama and his family and stuff like that. So now that he's becoming a grandfather, is his life changing? Is his mentality changing? Will his raps be different? We talked about it. Number 5, we talked about Santa Clara and the county superintendent of schools, Mary Ann Duan. Duan will be terminated without cause. We talked about it. That's number 5. We went into details about all of that. The folks that tried to speak up for the supporters, the public don't know about it. People are protesting. The investigation is launched. We talked about it. Number 6, we talked about the NFL Week 5 Sunday games at 10 o'clock. We talked about the 1 o'clock games. We talked about the 5 o'clock games. We talked about Monday Night Football, and we talked about Thursday Night Football. We talked about it. Like my voice from Undisputed when Michael Irvin was over there. We talked about it. We talked about it. Number 7, we talked about the NBA. Preseason is back on. First games yesterday. Timberwolves versus the Lakers. We talked about it. We talked about the Celtics versus the Nuggets. We talked about it. We talked about Las Vegas Aces. We talked about Liberty versus Las Vegas Aces, and we talked about it's 2-1. We talked about they got another game on October 6th at 12 p.m. We talked about it. We talked about UCLA and Penn State. At the time I was watching it this morning when I went to go cop heavy, it was 13-4 or 14-3. I don't know what the score is now. I'll check on it when I leave out of here today. But we talked about it. I also talked about my nephew being over there at UCLA. Should have just stayed at Notre Dame, but that's just my own opinion, and I don't want to throw that out there like it's shade. I'm just saying that's my opinion. Should have stayed over there because the rest of the UCLA is trash. The QBs are trash. The O-line is trash. The defense can't stop a nosebleed. The whole goddamn team need to be revamped, throw it away, keep Rico, and move on and find some new shit. But we talked about it. We talked about it, and we're going to leave out of here with the jingle, and we're going to get out of here for the day. Cutthoat. It's the Cutthoat Radio Podcast. Cutthoat Radio Podcast. Cutthoat. It's the Cutthoat Radio Podcast. Cutthoat Radio Podcast. Out of the building. Yee.